What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Nerd Alert. I'm Brandon. This is Jimmy. And in our, I don't know, in the sea of streaming services, there's so many options to choose from. There's stuff coming out that I think people miss now, honestly. And we just want to give some recommendations for things or just tell you what we've been watching in this giant desert of weird. I said sea and desert. I've compared it to both types of.
We live in the desert. We're
Yeah.
close to an ocean, I guess. Yeah.
But what have you been watching, or what do you think people should be checking out?
Well, one of the things that I like about us doing this is we talked about Ted Lasso. Awesome. But I think a lot of people are aware of Ted Lasso, and it was very popular, so other people want to catch it out. The ones that I get frustrated at are when reviewers come out and that sucks. And then I watch it, I'm like, I was actually entertained for 2 hours or whatever it was. So I don't know why they say that. And then I think those projects fall by the wayside, and then we lose those. So the one I wanted to pitch out was The Electric State. I thoroughly enjoyed Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown goofing off in a late 80s, early 90s set movie with robots. And not just robots, but like mascot robots, like Mr. Peanut by Woody Harrelson, of course. It was just fun. And I think my guess is that a lot of the reviewers saw it were like, oh, it kind of looks chintzy. But as I was watching it, I was like, I think they literally made this as if they were making it in the 80s and 90s, almost like with that technology. So some of the things did look like sketchy TV shows or something, but I'm like, I think that fits the aesthetic that they're going for. So for a movie that was on Netflix, I already pay for it. Looking for something to watch for my kids too. It was very entertaining.
I was kind of shocked at the backlash that movie got because it was the Russo brothers. I'm thinking like, cool. And now people are like, which I don't know is true or not. Cause guys, this has changed so much from the time that we started doing stuff on the internet. And now it's like anyone with an Instagram account puts something up and you don't know if it's fact or fiction or whatever. So I don't pay as much attention, but a lot of people are saying that like this movie now has Kevin Feige on edge about how Avengers Doomsday is going to be made because this one wasn't made as well. And it was a very weird some of these movies are just getting weird reactions right now to me. And
it's a good story. They did not write it. Obviously they had a hand in it, but they did not write it.
Yeah.
It's a good story. I really enjoyed the science fiction thriller aspect of it, which I didn't know what this was going into it. So I was very impressed. It has like vibes of Matrix, Terminator, just any kind of AI robot thing you can think of, Minority Report. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's got, maybe this is just me, but like Kurt Loder with MTV News giving news of what's going on. You're like, oh my God, this is way flashback because they don't have this shit anymore. So to use that in this movie was perfect. Stanley Tucci as the bad guy. Awesome. Dude is an amazing actor, but when he's a bad guy. The voices, Alan Tudyk. I'm reading this because I can't remember shit. Holly Hunter was in that as well.
Yeah, this is a like outside of just Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown, this is a massive cast.
Billy Gardell, Woody Harrelson, like I said, Jason Alexander. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I'm sitting there going, George Costanza. I haven't seen him in a minute. So he was a good bad guy, so to speak, just not an awesome stand-up dude. Coleman Domingo was in it. Anthony Mackie, like it's just Hank Azaria. Of course, they're doing voices. Of course, Hank Azaria.
Yeah, but like that's great. That's so good.
So yeah, okay. I don't know what people are looking for, but for an entertaining movie, and no offense, I'm an old man, so just being able to sit at home and watch a movie was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I highly recommend The Electric State. Give it a go. If you already have Netflix, you're not really missing out on anything, and it's worth a watch.
Yeah, I mean, so my wife and I were just gifted some Apple TV time, and the first time this happened, we watched Ted Lasso in a couple weeks. This time we jumped on Severance, and I know everyone's about that, so it's not saying anything anybody's missing, but good God, is that a wild show. But we talked about this last week, and I feel like I'm just going to echo myself here, but I am shocked at the amount of star power Apple has in their television shows. Like, it is nuts to me. And some of the movies, like that Miles Teller, Anna
Gorge.
Oh
I haven't
my
seen it yet.
God.
I still want to see that.
But I mean, like, even just that you have those two, and it's like, why is this not bigger news? Why is this not out more stuff? Or out more with advertising and stuff. You know, if you didn't have it, you wouldn't know about it, which means you're not enticing anybody to hop over there. As a super fan of this individual, Seth Rogen has a new show. Let me look that up just so I remember the name of it.
Studio.
The Studio. That's it.
You know, that's gonna have cameos left and right.
And it already has. That's been great, and I think I'm just kind of diving into that. I haven't watched Electric State yet. I feel like Netflix is probably the one I watch the least now.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, you know, that excites me to go back in there. And you saying Kurt Loder with MTV News, I don't think people watching this understand how much I look forward to MTV News. What was it? Was it every hour or every other hour or whatever they would do? That was my favorite shit in the world. Because like when I didn't care about politics or regular news or anything like that, the fact that I would have updates on bands and albums and musicians and stuff was my favorite shit in the world. So that is just like, I feel like I'll watch it on that alone, even if it's one segment.
And he's always dead serious giving his update. It was like he was doing the real news, but it wasn't like real serious news.
He was like the Tom Brokaw of MTV.
It really was. And it was, you're right. It was something to look forward to. It was awesome. I don't know why, but it was. Yeah. But looking at Severance, I had heard great things about it. I started it and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just not in the mood. And I set it aside. Allison had started, this is like a year ago. Allison started watching it and she's like, you got to watch. Season 2's coming out. You got to watch. I'm like, fine, shut up. Watched all of the first season. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? And how the hell did I miss the fact that we have, God, of course I forget their names right now. Who's the dude who's in the room with him? Who's like
John Turturro?
Yes, John Turturro, and then the guy he's
Christopher Walken.
I'm like,
see, what? That's what I mean. The advertising for Apple is just not there. I had no idea the show was giving me a gay love story between John Turturro and Christopher Walken. That's incredible. And they're both so good.
Heartfelt. It's like, oh my God, like my heart is breaking for these two.
Yeah, that was, I think that's another, like the show is giving you so much on all these characters that you give a shit about everybody, whether they're bad or good. And like I said, they just need to add more on this. With that though, I did jump back into Ted Lasso, and I know we talked about it way too much, but man, watching that first episode and watching everybody's roles, how it starts, and it's like, I'm going to love these people in a few seasons that I think are just shit right now. And I can't wait to just redo that.
And watching the story arc, this is why we've talked about it, the hesitation for a fourth season, but the story arc of these characters from 1 to 3 is even Ted, and it's mainly his relationship with his son and his wife/ex-wife, but everybody's arc. And I think it's punctuated in the third season when, maybe even the last episode, when Roy's like, I haven't changed a bit. And they're all like, are you kidding me, dude?
Like he has stayed the same, but he changed a lot. Like he was still gruff, but he was gruff and caring by the end. It was great.
Well, when Rebecca yells at him, like, what are you waiting for, man? Get out of your own way. And it's like, yeah, dude, seriously, you're the only one holding you back.
I can't. I love that show so fucking much. The first couple episodes of The Studio was great. I'm trying to think of anything else on any other services that I've been watching.
If you haven't seen, we go back to Apple Plus. Silo is phenomenal.
Silo's the next one we're jumping into.
Unreal with that cast. What we talked about, Monarch. Dude, if you haven't seen Monarch, the liberties they're able to do with the kaiju that we weren't able to see with like Godzilla and King Kong. This is awesome. Like we're dealing with just the monsters, not the biggins, but the monsters themselves and the research into it. And it's like, this is awesome.
And kind of what we talked about, everything looks so good. Everything looks movie quality. It looks like an extension. It's not a add-on. It's an extension.
And for Monarch, they have John Goodman in I believe it was the very first episode, which ties us directly to what they'd already filmed in the movies. And we're like, I didn't expect that. Totally did not.
Zero. I mean, it sucked because I was like, oh shit, that's the last we're seeing of John Goodman.
Exactly.
But it was cool that they even introduced him with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of John Goodman, I don't know if you're watching it. The last season's airing now, but Righteous Gemstones is one of the funniest fucking shows on television. And I am so bummed this is the last season because it is just outstanding.
I'm not a big fan, and I know I'm going to get roasted of what's his name from Eastbound and Down or whatever.
Danny McBride.
Not a huge fan.
Oh, I love him so much. Is it because of Halloween?
But
it's because of Halloween.
But I love Walton Goggins. I love and John Goodman. But I'm watching The White Lotus, the current season.
Us too. And I love that I get 2 hours of Walton Goggins every Sunday now.
Exactly. And now with this last 2 episodes, sorry guys, Sam Rockwell with Walton Goggins is like, why don't we just have a movie with these two? Which I did not know until Allison pointed out, because I'm such a fucking nerd. I woke up to Iron Man 2 today, and Sam Rockwell's in it. And you remember the blonde reporter who was in the first one?
Yeah, no. What's her name? Oh fuck! Hold on.
You know this? I didn't know.
Yeah,
this.
that they're married.
I didn't know that. And Allison and I are watching White Lotus. She's like, "Oh, it didn't even occur to me those two are together and they're married in real life." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I didn't know that at first when I watched Iron Man 2.
Well, I didn't know when I watched White Lotus, which is what
Leslie Bibb. She's so good. Yeah, and listen, Sam Rockwell is one of my favorite actors. I love anything he's in. So the fact that he wasn't advertised and then just shows up, I was like, oh, this is so good.
And
like,
this story, what the like,
man, that was not the monologue.
And Walton's like,
that was not the monologue I thought was coming, dude. That was not the monologue I thought was coming.
Yes. The further it went, I'm like, I don't understand. Okay.
But I also like it's a little bit of spoilers here, but I also like this episode where they go to the house. By the end, he has a drink in his hand, and then he's like, fuck sobriety, man, and whatever. I'll just go back to the temple. So it was the most Catholic attitude I've ever seen in my life. Like, go to church on Sunday and be forgiven for everything. We've got one night together in this city. Let's go. Like,
exactly. And not that it's a huge spoiler, but I knew from his voice from the previous episode who the husband was.
The actor or the...
Going back to our Daredevil conversation. Stick.
Oh,
I knew it. I heard that voice. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen him in forever. It's Scott Glenn.
He's so good. He's so good. And it was such a good little part. But yeah, I also was like, man, everybody's just in everything now. Like, everybody relates to everybody.
Well, my little brain.
All 3 of them are in the MCU.
I know. I wrote a fan fiction. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
I haven't published it yet. I'm going to publish it on Nerd Alert. I love John Kreese, who plays Greg, Gary, whichever one you want to call him, in The White Lotus.
Yeah.
He is Laszlo Holyfeld from Real Genius, which I love.
Yeah.
He's the Wolfman from the
Monster Squad.
He has been in so many like background things. Uncle Rico.
Love him.
So what we don't know is though, or what maybe not, I'm such a goddamn nerd. I love Seinfeld. He played a homeless dude in 2 episodes of Seinfeld. One where Kramer and Newman are trying to get somebody to carry a rickshaw around the city. Rusty tries out for it. And another one where Kramer has leftover Chinese food in a Tupperware. He hands it to Rusty, expecting to get the Tupperware back later. But Rusty's like, you gave me both. I get the Tupperware and the Chinese food. But Jennifer Coolidge was also on Seinfeld as the masseuse who would not give Jerry a massage. So I wrote this weird tangled thing of how Gary, Greg / Jennifer Coolidge's character have this weird coming together well before The White Lotus.
That's actually hilarious.
I'm pretty excited to put it out because it's like, it's so stupid, but it was just playing in my mind like, oh my God, they've both been on Seinfeld. There's got to be some connection. So I made
that was another one back in the day, man, that everybody appeared on. Like
before they were anybody.
Oh, I mean, Bryan Cranston, Jeremy Piven. I mean, there's so many people.
All the women?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there were so many people on that show. And yeah, that's but it's things like that. Like, unless you are a big fan, there are cameos you have for sure missed.
Yeah, big time. big time.
Yeah.
So that's so there you go. Stream shit that's old, new, whatever. Seinfeld, you'll see a whole bunch of people you recognize now that I don't know weren't famous then.
Seinfeld's great. Seinfeld is another fucking solid one. But
But it is my favorite to watch the old MCU stuff, like you brought up, like Iron Man, Leslie Bibb, briefly in there. Well, now she's a much bigger name. I'm sorry, we already used you in Iron Man. We can't bring you back as something more important. Or the other one that I get is the damn it, the daughter of the owner of the Giants, New York Giants.
Daughter of the
Football.
owner in real life?
Yeah, she was in 2 as a brief FBI agent handing papers or something to Tony. I can't remember exactly. She's got the sister or the I think the cousin. I am so good at this today, folks.
That's not a creepy Google search for me. Hillary Tish?
No.
Oh, she's dead. That was dark. I didn't mean to go that way. Oh, you said San Francisco Giants?
No, New York Giants.
Oh, I typed in San Francisco.
Why would I? No, not San Francisco, New York. The
Kate Mara?
Yes. Thank you. And Rooney Mara.
Oh, granddaughter. Granddaughter?
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. She's related. Whatever.
Kate Mara's great.
It's the Giants and the Steelers, their whatever relationship, and she's part of that. Yeah. Specifics. There you go. It's good. But yeah, so she showed up as like a very limited role, and it's like, I'm sorry, we can't ever use you again because you were in this as this weird old little thing.
Who is she? Who is she in the MCU?
I can't. Just a little agent that showed up somewhere upon the time.
Oh, come on. We can undo that. We've had Mantis show up as 2 different people. Marshall Ali, if they bring in Iron Man 2. Yeah, shit. She was a U.S. Marshal in Iron Man 2. Holy shit.
I'm making this stuff up. I might not be able to remember names, but I'm not making up things like that.
No, it's
but no, you don't see a lot of I was in the MCU and now I'm a different character in the MCU. You see, I was in a 20th Century Fox something or other, and now I'm in a Marvel movie, but you don't see many of the MCU people come back as something else in the MCU.
Not often.
Although I have heard a hilarious one of doing Terrence Howard as Jonathan, what's his name?
Kang?
Yes.
I'd be so down with that. I'd be so okay with that. That would be fucking great. That would be outstanding. I would be A-okay with that. Stupid
Go to go with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom.
Oh my God.
A lot of undertones there. A lot of undertones.
Just like they just look at each other for a second. It's like, you look familiar. I don't know.
He goes, motherfucker.
Well, remember they originally were like, it's gonna be Robert Downey Jr. from Pineapple Express. I mean, not Pineapple Express. Tropic Thunder. Wow,
yes,
Pineapple
yes.
Express. Jesus.
I knew.
Yeah, from Tropic Thunder, playing Rhodey, which now with him coming back as Victor Von Doom, a joke kind of tracks, right?
That'd be hilarious if he did play Kang. Like, I am a dude playing a dude
disguised as another dude.
Traveling through time this time. Dude.
I would be so okay with Terrence Howard though coming back as Kang. That'd be great.
Hilarious.
But yeah, that's our streaming stuff. Let us know what you guys are watching. What we honestly give us some suggestions, because I would love to watch something neither of us have watched before, and kind of give you our thoughts on. So if there's anything we have failed to mention, please let us know, and maybe we'll give it a review.
Yeah, our stream of consciousness.
Stream of consciousness.
Literally, we have no plan. Or the beginning of a plan.
We have the concepts of a plan.
Concepts of a plan.
And guess what? That's all you need nowadays.
Wait, let me include the reporter in the text here. All right.
Yeah, no shit.